good hardcore, like kind of electronic type dance music. But hello, everybody. This is Sheriff Fury, the Atomic Cowboy. Quickly to be joined by my two best friends, Zuli and Art, as we will be going. What are you doing, dog? Get out of here. You're messing up the man behind the curtain here. That's no one. That's no one. So, but hey, guys, we are going to be talking about Flat Earth today. Let me go ahead and join my buddies over there. Let me turn off this music because I think we're gonna have audio from the Flat Earth game. I'm pretty excited to bring this game to you guys today. Let me go ahead and join them. I think.
Now, what's happening at 1915 is not the funny part.
Oh, wow.
What happens immediately after that is.
So, hello, guys. How you doing? I'm gonna tell my Twitch audience, guys. Congratulations, Zuli, for winning today's prize for the news roundup over on Facebook, the Sheriff Fury Facebook page. Go ahead and check that out. Sheriff Fury on Twitch, on Twitchbook, Facebook. He won from Grandpa Joe's Discount Pharmaceuticals the adult singing diaper that plays the Weather Girls' "It's Raining Men" every single time you have a winkle. A winkle. Is that a word? A winkle?
I think so.
Just coined it. So, and so we're excited. We're going to be playing the Flat Earth Simulator, guys. Some of this is going to seem like it. I thought it was a tinkle, right? Winkle, a tinkle. It depends. If you're not aware of it, it's called the winkle. It's like a little whisper in the diaper. You know, like, oh no.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know what that is. What is that? I'm making a weird face and hand movement. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and jump over to the Flat Earth Simulator. Is there anything that anybody wants to... Yeah, it just smells like my almond and honey soap is what it smells like. So I am a weirdo. You better believe I'm a weirdo. So Zuli, Art, you and I... Sometimes we make each other laugh, and sometimes we like aggravate each other because we don't know if we're serious about the science of Flat Earth. Railstar, he may or may not join us because he said that Flat Earthers deserve to be made fun of. I don't know. I think they have some good points. I think they do have some good points because they give me good comedic material.
There you go.
Right.
Bickety bam.
Zuli, what did you say a little bit ago? You said something about Flat Earth that I thought was kind of funny. What was the point you had?
I don't remember.
Oh, you must be a dad.
What was I talking about?
We're talking about Flat Earth and that it was real.
Oh, yeah. It is. It's absolutely 100, yeah.
It's flat.
It's flat because my eyes tell me so.
Right?
Because my eyes speak to me. Wait a minute. I'm starting to sound crazier.
Lime, I got to tell you that this is probably like one of the best $3 I've ever spent, possibly. The following presentation might include information that is highly contested by the established consensus. The information will be presented as it stands by the Flat Earth theory. What you may learn, you can never unsee. That's right. That's right. It's like seeing my grandpa once in the shower. I never wanted to see that. So, and here you go. It's going to play some audio. Since the Victorian Age, here you go.
To the illusion that there is a natural world which can be measured and understood, and through close observation, a resemblance of natural truth can be gained. Every corner of the world needed to be measured and catalogued. Through the times of further industrialization and the development of our modern society, many deemed truths of bygone eras irrelevant and dangerous. So they discarded them without asking. On the other hand, they accepted truths from periods more aligned with the political landscape of modernity without question. One question nobody seemed to pose and no one ever again seemed to doubt was the shape of our world. Although our daily experiences do not suggest that the Earth is a globe, everyone seemed to just believe it as a fact. Until one brave American decided to research matters more thoroughly.
Samuel Rowbotham, also known as Parallax. I don't know what that is.
Why has modern science failed to recognize the true shape of the Earth? Don't astronomy and the space programs clearly disprove what humanity believed in for centuries? The Flat Earth theory states that modern science is ill-equipped to answer the question because of zeticism. A zetetic forms the question,
That
then
is some pretty
immediately
impressive
sets to
graphics.
work making observations and performing experiments to answer this question. It turns out, we have been asking the wrong questions all along.
Why would we be asking the wrong questions? So, all right. We're going to go ahead and jump right into this because I think it's really funny. All right. This guy is very serious and British. So that gives it like this like severe kind of weight to it. So this has got to be real. Right? This has got to be real. First off, I'm going to go ahead and say, guys, to anybody that's watching, if you are a flat earther, this is purely satirical. If it offends you, fine. Talk to me. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to talk to you. We're going to talk back to you. You try to disprove what I think is a globe. And then you try to convince me that it's flat. Totally fine. Now, let's put it this way, too. The idea that the Earth is a globe because of politics, prove that one to me. Okay? That video, that serious British guy, speaking from a Bible probably, if you can prove to me what he says, that the Earth is a globe because of politics and not flat, then we can talk. But let's be real here. We're gonna try to act like we think it's flat for a point. We're gonna act like it's a globe, but we're gonna have fun with this. I think this could be a lot of fun.
Sheriff, can I give the proper disclaimer?
Yes.
And this is the disclaimer that we used to go through many, many years ago during Vilification Tennis.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it's called. I couldn't remember what the freak that game was called.
All right,
go ahead.
Here it is, the disclaimer. If you are easily offended, you will be. If you are not easily offended, you will be. If you like being offended, stick around, wankers.
Wankers? So that's the more fun British people that I want to deal with, the people that call people wankers. So, all right. Yes, Zuli and I used to work at Renaissance Festival ages ago. All right, here we go. Start. So this is the flat Earth model. Okay? So I want to make an observation immediately off the bat. So they show the sun, right here, our star, as a ball. Like a marble in space, like a fiery marble in space.
Hey, that can't be right. How can the Earth be flat but the sun be a ball? That makes no sense.
Well, because the sun has been observed to be a globe.
No, I only see it in one dimension because it's so far. It's so close. I can only see it like a flat Paper Mario.
Oh my God.
It's a Maglite flashlight with an LED bulb replacement.
What gives us our heat?
Do they think the sun is that small? Yes, they do. This is supposed to be their flat Earth model to scale.
What gives us the heat? Have you seen that flashlight that I have?
Yes.
That 4,000 lumen flashlight that'll burn your skin if it's too close?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's an LED.
I want to make this observation, though, that something that looks like it gives off light in a 360-degree sphere, why would it... Well, next clue. I have a clue countdown, guys. Look at that. So it shows that it emits light to about this point, and then it diminishes rapidly at this point. So that means that would explain why people on this side of the planet can't see the sun at night. And that's why we have nighttime. But I didn't know that something that had a 360-degree sphere that puts out light in all directions had a point in which the light would just stop. How do they explain when the moon appears to be bigger? They have a really weird explanation that it's really hard to describe because it's like it sounds like gobbledygook science. Is the
All right,
best
I
way to
have a
describe
question now.
What?
On this model here, where's the firmament? Come on, where's the glass dome around it that the sun is inside of?
So that's what this is right here. You see this? You can see it right here. This is the atmosphere, as we would call it. But this
Atmos plane. Come on, get it right. It's an Atmos plane.
Atmos plane. That's right. Atmos plane. Right. You jackass. What I think is funny is there's not a turtle down here. I would expect to see a turtle down here. You know.
So where do we plug this bad boy?
So I think I believe in the Halo model though. I think we're in the inside of a Halo. So but no, okay, so explaining the moon, how it gets bigger. So how about we look that up? Art. Would you
What?
Would you take a second and look up the flat Earth reason why the moon appears to be bigger? Could you do that?
No.
I'd appreciate you. Thanks. So, no. Oh lordy, Atmos plane, Gren. So let's click on the sun. Let's see.
The sun.
The sun. Oh, we gotta listen
The
apparently.
sun is a
What was it again? I'm
revolving
sorry.
sphere.
What am I looking up?
It has a
How do
diameter
flat
of
earthers
32
explain
miles and is
a bigger
located
moon?
Approximately 3,000 miles above the surface of the Earth.
Flat eaters.
Refraction.
The sun's area of light
I
is
think that was
similar
it.
to the
Bigger.
spotlight of a
How
searchlight.
do flat eaters
This
explain
means
it
that
better?
only
Bigger.
certain portions of the Earth are illuminated at a time.
I totally typed it in
Also
that way too.
describes
That's
how
funny.
night
I'm gonna
and day arrive
I'm gonna
on
mute
flat
this
Earth.
and I'm gonna read this because it's probably better if I read it. Okay, so I don't heady British guy I don't want to hear. Okay, all right. So the sun is a revolving sphere. Okay, the sun is a revolving sphere. It has a diameter of 32 miles. I can't even read it. 32 miles and is located approximately.
that?
The sun has. I snorted. Okay, shut up. So the sun has a diameter of 32 miles and is located approximately 3,000 miles above the surface of the Earth. The sun's area of light is similar to a spotlight of a searchlight, but they show it as a sphere, so it decides how it distributes light. That means that only certain portions of the Earth are lighted at a time. It also describes how night and day arise on a flat Earth. The apparent view of a rising and setting are caused by perspective, just as a flock of birds overhead will descend into the horizon of a flat Earth. The horizon of a flat Earth. Oh, this already they've disproved it. They've disproved it by using an example of birds going over the horizon. The horizon is described as losing perspective over the curvature of a globe. Right?
Yep.
The apparent view of rising and setting caused by blah, blah, blah. They fly off into the distance. So it's distance that we're seeing. That's their horizon as they disappear into distance, not over horizon. Together with the moon, the sun rotates around a mysterious central point of rotation. A mystery! I did snort, so don't make fun of me for that. It's just life. So close. Okay, so that's funny. Right off the bat, they've said that the Earth has a curvature. In that one description of the sun, they declare the Earth has a curvature. Does that make you laugh?
Okay.
All right. Do you have the
So-
thing?
There's apparently 6 explanations that I've found.
Okay.
So this first one,
I did. That was on their Twitter feed. Go ahead, Art.
there's a little animation supplied in the question comment show that shows the model where the sun and the moon are each 32 miles wide, spheres circling in a path 3,000 miles above flat Earth. It doesn't show how the sun gradually overtakes. The phases would be caused by the changing angle between the sun and the moon. It would be full moon when they are at 180 degrees apart. First and third quarters would be 90-degree angles. The new moon would be very near the sun, but eclipsing it on the rare occasion.
Okay.
What? The second explanation: the moon is not a solid spherical body, but a flat disk. It is largely transparent and completely self-luminescent.
Yeah, but they're showing it as a ball lighted by the sun in this, in that it's a sphere.
Okay. Well, this one they're showing it like both are flashlights above us.
So already, like right off the bat, like there's no consensus between flat Earth. Right?
Right. It is largely transparent, completely self-luminescent, shining with its own unique light. When the waxing or waning moon is visible during the day, it is possible to see the blue sky through the moon. On a clear night, it is even possible to occasionally see stars through the surface of the moon. Bull crap. Moving on.
So Lime is right. I was just thinking the same thing a second ago. If they're both, so wait, Swank says a 32-mile diameter sun would be a black hole. What? So the moon is glow in the dark, and then Lime says if they're both 32 miles in diameter and 3,000 miles up in the air, when we get an eclipse, do we just collide? Oh, run away! No, it's okay. God's firmament protects us. It bounces off, and then he's just like, we'll just throw another sun up,
Right.
up there.
All right,
Here's
now,
another one.
Okay, go ahead.
This one's short. There is an unseen light blocking object between the sun and the moon.
Say that again.
there is an unseen light blocking object between the sun and the moon. And that's
Yes.
what gives our phases.
I've heard that theory too, that there's an invisible something or other up in the sky that causes that.
I've never freaking heard that.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
and for me, who's been on banned from a lot of YouTube channels for making comments, like I've been blocked off a couple Reddits, like poking holes in this invisible sun moon wall, right? That blocks light. An invisible thing that makes sense, right? Maybe it's a two-way mirror, right?
Oh wow, here's another one.
I bet you it's a
For waiting
two-way
for
mirror.
Explanation number 4.
I want to hear it.
Quantum locking of the electromagnetic fields.
Oh.
The flat Earth acts as an electromagnetic plane below the sun, positive, and the moon, negative, which is periodic and causes the phases.
Oh, okay, that makes zero sense.
The next one is even more hilarious. And I don't know how more hilarious we can get, but it's getting there.
Are you getting these from like a joke site, or is this the Flat Earth website?
This is from Quora, or whatever the heck it's called.
Got you.
Flat
Okay.
Earthers explain the moon phases can blah blah blah. Explanation number 5: the moon is a hologram. This is documented in several YouTube videos purporting to show a lunar wave phenomenon that is proof of some sort of anomaly in the hologram projection.
So,
Well, you have to understand that some of them believe that the firmament that is this dome over us, we don't see stars, we see paintings that look like stars.
or pinpricks is the other one I've heard, that they're pinpricks.
Oh my
That's the old Catholic Church explanation, that it's a veil of God, and that they have pinpricks, and that it's God's light showing through those pinpricks.
And you also have to remember that these Bible weirdos will also describe the Earth as a cube or a square, because the Bible talks about going to the 4 corners of the Earth.
Well, yeah, because
Oh my
because
gosh.
I don't know if anybody knew this, but the original creator of Minecraft was actually John the Baptist.
And the last one before this, the writer of this article says, you know what? Okay.
I can't do
number
this for
6.
real. He says I can't
Uh,
really do this anymore.
Well, let me read number 6, and I'll read what they say.
Okay, go ahead.
Both sun and moon are quote unquote attached to a rotating dome, firmament, or shells, and the moon is semi-transparent and houses an internal beacon, sort of like a lighthouse.
That's why ships never crash.
And then this is what the writer said: there are more explanations than this, but I've had enough of this crap. I would rather end this answer and return to reality.
So pinpricks, So angels painted in the angels painted on the firmament. Got it. Because all writings are always
hurts.
interpreted literally. Earth is a cube. Got it. Time to go find the far lands. Sort of like a lighthouse, Gren says. So what they said about the moon, this is the simulator again. The moon is a revolving sphere. It has a diameter of 32 miles and is located approximately 3,000 miles above the surface of the Earth. The moon is thought to be spherical due to a slight rocking back and forth over its monthly cycle. So it isn't a sphere or not, okay? So, hey, what's up, Shadow Viper? It is the Wild Sheriff. We're going over Flat Earth. Stick around. This should be really funny. So if you have any Flat Earth facts that you want to share with us, go ahead. So the moon, it has a diameter of 32 miles as well, located approximately 3,000 miles above the surface of the Earth, and the moon is thought to be spherical due to a slight rocking back and forth over its monthly cycle. So, Lime, to answer your question, there is no eclipses. Those don't exist, and you're a NASA shill if you think that you've ever seen an eclipse, right? So the moon does not emit light by itself; it is lit by the sun. So there's
No,
that doesn't
Not
make
true.
sense. That's what they're saying. That most of them say that the light emits, the sun moon emits its own light.
the moon emits cold light.
Oh, that's right, or dark light.
No, cold light, because the moonlight, if you go out in the middle, if you go out after a nice hot day and you check the temperature under a shaded tree, and then in the moonlight itself, it's colder where the moonlight is touching the ground.
Oh, that makes sense, and I think that has to do with the quantum energy we were talking about. You
It
know,
hurts
The
my
moon
brain.
produces its own cold light. It's
And-
what cools the earth every night.
that's probably where Satan lives, is in the moon.
No. Satan lives in Arizona. We know this.
Oh, that's right. So, you're talking about my ex-girlfriend again. It hurts my feelings.
We're talking about Dopey.
Oh yeah, okay. It is still debated by many of the planar astronomers. That's a word. Planar astronomers. If the moon has a surface sufficient for anyone to stand upon, Parallax theorized that the moon might not be as real as it seems. For example, can a strong unnatural glow around its edge be observed by anyone with a telescope or camera with sufficient zoom capabilities? Some YouTube researchers, we're going to say citizen scholars, YouTube
Citizen
researchers,
scholars, yes.
Reddit warriors, right? Investigating this.
Hey.
What? Sorry.
These people got their doctorate from YouTube University.
Hey,
Google University.
I learned
Come
how
on.
to. I learned plumbing pretty decently from YouTube, but those people don't believe the Earth is flat, so I'll go with that. So, an interesting natural phenomenon. Also agree that the moon is either a projection or an atmospheric reflection. Planar reflection of a body closely orbiting the rim of the terrain or plane. I think we should do a drinking game in which if we mess up and add sphere to the wrong place, we should take a shot.
Oh my
Ooh.
gosh.
Yes.
We would be drunk very quick.
Yes, but for the model of the monopole flat Earth, the question of the moon's solidity is not relevant. In 1969, the moon was the setting of a fictional worldwide television broadcast in which the United States, straight-face Yuri, more specifically NASA, claimed to have landed on the moon. The hoax was discovered by independent researchers, but many of them have since been silenced by NASA. Agents are pressured into publicly stating that they were wrong. NASA hitmen. Oh gosh. So
Oh my gosh.
one-way mirror that's a visible check from Grand White Planar Astronomers. Planar astronomies they are words, not just don't belong together, right? They just don't belong together, right? They don't, right?
No.
We're one step from sovereign citizens. Yes, bring up sovereign citizens all you want. We'll do another show on that actually.
What?
I would
Hold
love-
on a second.
Okay, go ahead.
The lunar phases vary cyclically according to the changing geometry of the sun and moon, which are constantly wobbling up and down and exchange altitudes as they rotate around the North Pole.
Okay.
When the sun and moon are at the same altitude, one half of the lunar surface is illuminated and pointing toward the sun. This is called the first quarter.
I want to tell you that it's about to force a clue on us in like 30 seconds. The game.
Oh, okay.
So let me read this real fast. We'd be pretty drunk pretty fast. Gren says yes. Wait, a monopole. How do the magnets work if they're monopole? Right, Swing? Magic. NASA agents. They make the CIA look tame. I thought they were at a fixed distance. I thought they only had one pole. The South Pole is an ice wall. So get it right. Okay. Don't.
Yeah.
I'll ban you if you're a NASA shill.
All right. Do me a favor. Get above the earth, straight up above.
Hold on. Stories are powerful. That just started a new thing. Down the rabbit hole. Stories are powerful. Some stories can change the world. The Atmo plane. The clue
Told
is
you.
the Atmo plane. It's here. It's been here the whole time. Holy crap, that's a big pull. Oh, Earth and ass.
All
Okay.
right, straight down on top
Straight
of the
down. Okay, gotcha. These people
Alright,
didn't know that their planet was skewed. They're apparently more miles closer together than their neighbors than they thought in Africa.
Earth. Now, is it just me, or is
This is
the
South
length,
America.
the distance across Africa shorter than the distance across their Australia?
So
Why does Australia look like a cigar?
well, Australia, no one lives there, is what I've read in a lot of this. Right? That's what
Well,
I've
yes.
heard. That no one lives there, and that they say there are so they can like push this globe Earth myth. Okay, so that people can say, because if the people were really on a globe, they would be falling off because of how gravity works, and that if people actually lived in Australia, that talked to the world, they would be able to give away that blah blah blah. They would say that the Earth, that this geography is weird. Now look at how they stretched Australia out.
Yeah.
It is stretched. I mean, these are not in skinny jeans, right?
All right. One of my favorite flat Earth debunkers goes by the name of Critical Think. He's out
I've
of
seen him.
Australia. He always starts his stream or his recordings with him being upside down in the camera.
That's so funny. Australian YouTubers are hilarious to me, by the way. So many of them are so damn funny.
Oh yes.
They need some stretchy pants. Australia is fat. I love this chat today. It's on fire, guys. You guys are doing great. So the sun and moon are riding on the Alpine Bob's ride at my local fair, going around in circles and bobbing up and down. Okay. How does the Flat Earth simulator explain longer periods of daylight in places like Alaska, where they have months of night at a time? So I'm glad you asked, Lime, because of this model, it looks like the sun is able to reach over and touch it for longer. You see, right here, it's got
Especially
light.
when the sun is in the Tropic of Capricorn.
But what's really interesting about it, when we get over, I wish we could fast forward this. So you really have to check your mounting chains before you go to Australia, right? I'm going to wear mag boots. After drop bear's harness failure is the biggest cause of death. But wouldn't that be a constant then? Yes, but look at where it stops. So this sphere in space, the sun, this 32-mile sphere, 32-mile sphere, only emits light here. It doesn't emit light like a sphere where you can see ambient light as it fades, right? So as we get closer over there, it starts to illuminate Greenland, and it looks like that the light daylight in Alaska, because of the way it disperses light, will be roughly the same as light dispersed across North America and South America. Because in theory, the sun makes one full rotation around the Earth in one day. Yes, and that's reality right here. You can see it, plain as flat Earth day. Plain as
All right,
flat Earth day.
now I'm going to help the flat earthers here for a moment because it has to be done.
Check. Go ahead.
It is true that if you start in California on the coastline at 0 feet above the water, and you travel across the United States going over Colorado, which goes up to a mile high, it's the Mile High State, and you go on up all the way back over in New York at the coast, you have traveled 0 height distance because you're back at 0 water level, which means the whole thing is flat.
Right? I think it was Ducky that said that, because Ducky works with aerospace. That he said that statistically, with the highest highs and the lowest lows on Earth is statistically as smooth as a golf ball.
Yes.
So but it's not. It's a flat golf ball. So it's it's not a golf ball. It's a golf pancake.
Yes.
Okay, or golf disc. Frisbee golf. Okay, good. So, and Lime says, because in theory the sun. But if you have months of night at a time, that wouldn't make sense. You know what? I'm gonna come up anytime I talk about flat Earth. If we do more flat Earth streams, I'm gonna have tags that I give people, and you are a NASA shill, Lime. You are paid by NASA to join my stream. I can't even keep a straight face on that one. I just can't do it. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. Right. Grin, but it moves closer and further from the center of the progression of a year. So when it's closer to the center of Alaska, it gets a lot more sun, and further from the center of Alaska, it gets much less sun. So on a globe, the Earth has a tilt and a wobble. Okay, so that's why they get this weird, changing and whatnot. And then there's some years that are hotter because over a 2-year cycle the Earth gets a little farther, because our Earth is more elliptical in orbit around the sun than people give it credit for, and it gets a little farther out in space, and then it comes a little closer. It has a range in which it travels within its elliptical orbit around the sun, and that it gets closer some years and it's farther other years. So I'm a shill. I admit it. NASA paid Swang to say that and throw off the search for shills. Right. Right. And that tilt and wobble explain the shift of daylight in a given area over the course of a year. Absolutely. Totally right. I mean, it's so hard to look like I'm going to do a stream like this. Art, Zulu, you probably totally agree with this. If we decided to go out of our way and pretend like 100% we believed in a flat Earth, we couldn't keep a straight face for longer than 5 minutes.
Not even 5 minutes. Like 10 seconds.
You're trying to give... I don't know. I think I did 10 seconds a little bit ago.
I'm trying so hard when I read some of this shit to be able to, like, keep a straight face just reading it. Someone else's words. And I can't do it.
My straight face, I can't keep a straight face, and I can't, like, laugh about it. I just get that whole, like
just try to stay quiet face type thing, right?
Like... Really? Are you? I mean,
it's like part of your brain gets pulled into the black hole that's trying to understand, right?
That's it.
Got you. So, and just trying. So, and Gren says, I'm just trying to give the bullshit Earth explanation, flat Earth explanation. Swag says, I don't know if God formed this perfect flat Earth for us. I wouldn't think it would be so imperfect, right? I mean, like the Earth is perfect. You people are all shit, but look how perfect my flat Earth is, right? So these people have never heard of Occam's razor, right? That explains everything.
I also have proof that the Earth doesn't spin
because we'd fly off.
The Olympics.
Oh, come on! I want to hear this one.
All right,
I have to hear this one.
You see, long jumpers, they all have to jump in the same direction, west to east. Everywhere you go, they're always set up west to east, because if you went the other way, when you took off, you would fly further because the Earth would spin underneath you faster.
Then why does my toilet water spin? Swang asks. There's a good answer for that.
They called it swirly for a reason.
NASA shill.
So I'm on this forum, the Flat Earth Society forum, and there's this one calling an idea for the flat Earth cover-up.
Okay.
Should I read it?
Yes.
So this person, I'm not going to name their name, but there's this person.
Yeah, give them no fame.
I have an advanced theory of why people at high levels of government may have potentially hid the true shape of the Earth. First, I'm aware that the spherical Earth model has existed as nearly as 600 BC from the Greeks and Hebrews, and Romans adopted around 300 BCE is what they put. Since then, it seems to have been a popular model in Europe, whose influence eventually spread to America. Now what I'm proposing is that flat Earth ideas have existed before, during, and after this period, but as you know, they are rarely spoken of. I am of the belief that flat Earth beliefs are associated with governance, animal life, and even God. I kind of agree, actually, and my own version of a flat Earth map I was going to call the Animal Kingdom map. If you look at the iconology of all major governments, they always have pictures of animals as national symbols of character. Which I don't know why this is going on this, but whatever. Why I think these kind of scientific beliefs are suppressed stems from World War II and people's general lack of trust in government institutions.
Oh, that makes total sense.
Yeah. I'm going to leave the Looney Tunes site now.
Yeah, you probably should. I used to follow a webpage or a YouTube channel which I was banned from. I was blocked. And I forget the name of the channel, but it sounded like a Hawaiian guy that totally believed that the Earth was round. And every time he did, kind of like Orphan Red. Actually, this is the guy that led me to Orphan Red.
Oh my gosh.
And we could talk about her. I don't want to show images of her or anything like that, but I do want people to check out Orphan Red. But a cover-up that has lasted for 1,000 years. Yeah, she's totally... And she talks like a child, which I think is so condescending. Scientism.
Oh, shit.
Like Zuli totally knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
So...
Yeah, I've seen that big titty...
This guy literally goes on to say that the Nile proves that the Earth is flat because it flows the wrong way. Apparently, all rivers are supposed to flow from north to south, all of them. You know what I mean? And that if the Earth was a ball, that all the water would drain off the bottom into space. is what they're saying. That, and I would do a funny video if I had the ability to do it. That's what they call the religion of modern science, scientism. I would do is like, I'm going to prove that the earth is flat right now. I'd have a pitcher of water and I'd be playing Carmina Burana. Da, 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 da. And then I would pull up a volleyball that has like, the earth's like landmasses painted on it. And I would go like this and pour it over the top of the ball and just have it run off onto the floor and be like, check and mate, and throw the ball off and then in the stream. That was me the whole stream.
Too late. Already been done.
Has it?
Yep.
Oh, I missed that guy. What a jackass.
Yep.
So,
you missed that one. I think Nathan Thompson did that.
I don't know Nathan Thompson. I'll have to look him up though now, because that would probably be funny. Look up Nathan Thompson, guys. Watch the video. It's probably great.
Nathan Thompson is one of the biggest fucking idiots on the planet. He's been arrested twice for trying to hand out pamphlets to school children while they were on the school grounds.
About flat Earth?
About flat Earth.
Guy sounds amazing.
The ball Earth is a lie. Come take this pamphlet from me. Meanwhile, the teachers are grabbing the kids and trying to run away like he's got his dick in his hand.
Oh, jeez. So,
I mean, this guy is just the biggest fucking creep and idiot on the one of the biggest.
I want to get back to the Nile, because the reason why Discworld, this is Terry Pratchett book. I'm actually going to start reading Terry Pratchett's Small Gods after my surgery, Twidark. That's going to be the first book I read. So I want to mention though about this guy, because okay, teacher. He sounds like he's questioning the teacher, like the teacher's a total idiot and he's like a total smart guy, but he sounds like he's half asleep or on OxyContin or something like that, right? So he's like, okay, teacher. Okay, teacher. Yeah, there's nothing under here, which is sad. Just stalactites or stalagmites, whatever ones are on the hanging. So, and just the condescending way in which he's talking to this teacher who's trying to teach him about the globe Earth, and him disproving her this entire video. It's like a 40-minute video I watched, and I said, actually, the Nile moves north to south, south to north because of a gigantic upheaval in Central Africa that happened geologically that changed the shape of the landscape. Originally, it did flow north to south, but there was geological processes, and this is a super long thing that I put in his comments, right? And then he goes, dude, the Earth is flat, get over it. And then he blocked me from his YouTube page.
Well, you see, that particular person, and I've used this joke a few times when my mother was disagreeing with me on something. I said, Mom, I got a couple questions for you. Where you're standing, can you see the pyramids of Giza? And are your feet wet? Why? Because you are currently in denial.
I get it. I have 30 seconds before it gives me another clue. I'm curious about what that clue is going to be. But after that, I'm going to go ahead and let the audience pick what my next point will be. I think we've looked at the sun, and I think we've looked at the moon. I don't think we've looked at anything else just yet. So 15 seconds. 15 seconds. We're going to go ahead and look at the next clue. Apparently, it forces progression in this game. We can't just explore and look at this. So this is like a screensaver. So 4 seconds, guys. Here we go. Next clue.
All right.
Ooh, this could be good. Ooh, it's a butterfly. Stories give, or a moth, I don't know. I got an achievement. Second clue. Stories give meaning in a chaotic world full of noise, confusion, and uncertainty. So stories are fact now. So meaning is more important than fact. I think that's the clue. That sounds like meaning of something is more important than the facts of something.
Absolutely, because your feelings care nothing about the facts.
That's right.
Wait a minute. Did I say that?
I mean, facts are meaningless, though, because they could be used to prove anything. And if that's the case, facts are bullshit. That's how I feel about it. Does that sound about right?
Oh, absolutely.
So, audience decision. I'm going to go ahead and throw out a vote. Zuli, you're part of the audience, so you get to help decide on this one, too. Art, if you want to throw in a vote, totally fine. This game is sus. There are ghost orbs flying around in space. Must be your ray. There are little orbs flying all over the place, Art. So, no meaning has no value. What something means to you is the only thing that matters. Yeah, you're starting to. I think I'm starting to convert swaying over here to the Flat Earth Society. Maybe he's not so much of a NASA shill as he thought. So we'll keep you safe, though. You can come live in my church and claim asylum, and then the big bad government can't get you. So, all right. So do you guys want to learn about the Antarctic ice wall, the cover-up, space programs, the Atmo plane? Just be professional here. The Atmo plane, or the Summer Gate? What the is that? The Summer Gate. You guys
The
go ahead.
Summer Gate, is that the gate that gets you into Summer Glau's area?
The Summer that's funny. You messed up again. Okay, so audience decides. Do you guys want the Summer Gate, the Antarctic ice wall, space programs, the cover-up, or the Atmo plane? This is the funniest word. I'm just going to use that to end arguments with my wife. And why didn't you do this? The Atmo plane. Did you feed the dogs? The Atmo plane, baby. The cover-up. I got to vote for cover-up. Zulu, what do you want to hear about?
The cover-up. Why not?
Cover-up, okay. Art?
The Atmo plane.
The Atmo plane. So I got 2 for cover-up, 1 for Atmo plane. Swang, what do you think? What do you want to hear about? He's probably doing like 1,000 things right now. That guy is really busy.
Yeah.
Twidark, Lime. You'll be okay. Roy hosting. Hey, Roy. Long time no see, man. I was thinking about you yesterday. And I'd say Atmo plane. So I got 2 for cover up, 2 for Atmo plane. So that is a tie. So okay, so you can hide. Okay, got you. Can't talk about the cover up. Hey, Roy. All right. Okay, we'll just pick these 2. Roy, tiebreaker. Do you want to hear about the Atmo plane or the cover up of Flat Earth? Which one would you rather hear about? He's like, I don't know. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I'm slowly backing away.
NASA will give you $20 to say Atmo plane. Can we play
That should be a bet for us.
Can we play a game that's real? Well, this is the thing. We're playing this game to bring realism to the Flat Earth. We'll say Atmo plane because I'm curious. I'm going to be the tiebreaker. That word makes me laugh. I'm going to pick the Atmo plane.
It hurts.
The Atma plane.
And I don't need to hear heady British guy talk about this. What the heck is that? There's like a balloon right here in space. What is this?
It's not a sphere.
This? No,
That's
it's
the balloon that they sent up with the camera.
Oh, to prove that it's flat. Got you.
Uh-huh. And they made sure they sent up a camera that did not have a fisheye lens.
Right?
Because all pictures are with a fisheye lens from up there that makes it look like it's curved, and it's fake. It's GoPro. They're the ones who are trying to fake everything.
Then why haven't we seen the edge? Why haven't
we haven't seen
the
the edge because the government CGIs it out on every picture that's taken.
And they kill anybody that gets over there to take photos of it, right?
No. They just have a fleet of ships all the way around the entire wall, around the entire. I can't say globe. That's the wrong word. Around the disc. Yes.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and say that this balloon is in fact really up at the Atmo plane. It's just before the firmament, right? Or
which it's going to bounce off of.
Right. So the Atmo plane or Atmo layer is a series of layers of gases above the inhabited part of. I'm sorry, that sentence just broke me. Okay. From the top. Okay. The Atmo plane or Atmo layer is a series of layers of gases above the inhabited part of the Earth. If the Earth is finite as shown in this model, the Atmo plane gets thinner and less dense towards the edges, like a globe atmosphere, and less dense towards the edges. There, the Arctic ice wall stops the Atmo plane to flow off the edge. Let me read that one more time. If the Earth is finite, as shown in this model, the atmoplane gets thinner and less dense towards the edges, where the Arctic ice wall stops the atmoplane to flow off the edge. Who wrote this? So what it's saying is, it's meant to say stops the atmoplane from flowing off the edge. It's what they're trying to say, right? Because they totally left text out. You can tell this is messed up. So somebody wrote this as like a funny paper, and then they put it on like Google somewhere, and somebody decided to pick it up and turn it into a game, right? It gets worse, not better, right? So it's like watching a train wreck. Okay, so the atmoplane is separated into the following layers. The tropo layer, where most of the regular aircraft travel, up to 11 miles. The strato layer, the highest ever reached by humans, so they say. But I've seen circus cannons that have to get at least 10 feet higher than that. Okay, so up to 11 miles. The strato layer is the highest ever reached by humans that can be reasonably confirmed. Reasonably, that's science. Reasonably, up to 30 miles. The extent of the meso layer and iono layer. I've never even heard that freaking word before. Are still debated. Their existence is assumed by the phenomenon of meteors and polar lights. I had a tall ladder once. I saw the truth. It's super cheap, right?
Oh.
Yeah, it's $3. This is the best $3 I've spent to spend 2 hours on. I can't believe it. So, does anybody have any, like, how do you explain the frickin' balloon? Like, where does the balloon come from?
The balloon comes from the ground. They fill it with helium. Wait, no, that doesn't work because gravity. They have to make it less dense than the air around it.
I think they do that with prayer.
Yes, I think it's prayer.
Must be God. They pray into a balloon.
Let's see. You see, that brings up another point. Have you ever watched the Olympics when they do the pole vaulting? And if you notice when they do the pole vaulting, those people have a string attached to their bodies that keeps them from floating off the earth when they launch up there.
It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense, and they probably call it the Jesus tether. That's what they call it.
Yes, because they want to make sure that they don't fly out into the firmament and bump against the wall.
Yep. So we did the atmoplane, the cover-up. Let's go straight to that cover-up because I want to make sure I get another one done before we get the next dumb clue. I mean, clue, not dumb clue. So this is the cover-up. Now it shows the picture for those of you who are just listening. It shows pyramids with disconnected Illuminati eyes, right? The all-seeing eye, right? It shows an obelisk and it shows like tentacles. So this is hentai now.
Cthulhu.
It shows Cthulhu in the background, right? So that's obviously a representation of evil. It shows the United Nations like emblem that shows the flat Earth with the point of the emblem was purely to show all nations equally, not to prove that they believe in the flat Earth. The designer even said as much. No, he was threatened by NASA. It shows Cthulhu attacking stuff. Oh, I love this. Somehow the Russians and the U.S. during the Cold War would be able to agree on anything. I haven't read that part yet, so if that's what it's saying, we're going to get there real quick here, Swang. So don't jump ahead, you shill! If you do that on like live videos for flat earthers, they get befuddled. If you jump ahead, they get befuddled and they lose track of what their bullshit is. Like, not a joke. So the fake space program of NASA and the Russians is the reason why the Russians part of NASA? The fake space program of NASA and the Russians is the reason why the weak sphere model has been propagated during the 20th century. The NASA doesn't hide the true shape of the Earth. During their early fakes, they showed pictures of the spheroid Earth and are now stuck with it. They're just stuck with it. They have all this money, and yet they can't indoctrinate schools to think of something different. Okay, organizations like the United Nations even show the true shape of the Earth on their flag because the UN was founded by NASA. The designer of the flag took the model of the monopole flat Earth as a representation. No, he didn't. Although by the mid-60s, most of those institutions have recognized the hoaxes of the space program, they continued to support it. What? So once again, we have an issue with grammar, right? Although by the mid-60s, most of the institutions... Okay, although by the mid-60s, institutions have recognized the hoaxes of the space program, they continued to support it. So it looks like they have a comma there that doesn't belong. So they have a comma that doesn't belong. The immense sum of money that are invested by governments and corporations in the supposed space programs are used to a large extent to pay off the officials and many people who know about the true shape of the Earth, as well as so-called educators on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, in truth, an intricate web of lies has been spun to obstruct the public's clear view on reality. You NASA shills should be just disgusted with yourselves. I can't believe it. People have died. People have made money on this. Your hands are soaked with their blood and money. Dirty money.
Can I use the flat earthers' most famous argument for everything?
Yeah, what?
Nuh-uh.
No, right? You have a serious question. Go ahead, Swing. I want to hear. My family's been part of NASA for 734 years. We were keeping the flat earth hidden even before the U.S. was founded. Thank you, Swing, for your family's contribution to the big lie. I just think it's funny that they tout James Randi as a flat earth proponent. If anybody who knows who James Randi is, the guy that goes around and debunks fake magicians and stuff like that.
Yes.
So, God rest his soul, by the way. I missed the guy, but they claimed that he was a flat earther. But I have found zero that says anything like that. Now, here's Swang's question. Now, at night, shortwave radio can travel farther because of interactions with the ionosphere. Yes, how does that fit into a flat earth? Now, I am a ham radio operator. KE7LPG. What?
He's already wrong. It's the Ionis plane. Come on, get it right.
Yeah, you dick. So, the point being that the sun, when it hits the ionosphere during the day, the Ionis plane, when the sun actually charges that, and so therefore the particles, the radio waves, actually are really resistant to that because of the charge. At night, it's not as charged, therefore the on a globe, in reality, that's what goes on. So I don't know how they explain that. That maybe that
I can explain it on a flat Earth.
The sun puts out some kind of like Ionis plane field as it travels. So
no, it's simple.
What?
When the sun goes down, everybody goes into their houses and goes to sleep, and now there's less interference for the rays to travel.
But the sun doesn't go down; it travels away. So you're a shill. You're just trying to throw us off.
Oh, okay, you're right. I said that wrong.
We need a shot.
Sun has moved
we need a shot.
Side,
oh, this is a drinking game. Oh God, this is a drinking game.
When the sun is on the other side and it's now dark here, everybody goes into their rooms. You don't have as many people out there for the radio waves to be interfered with.
I think that the
so they can travel further now.
I think that says that the Ionis plane is inductive, not conductive. Oh, we got our clue. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, so I have achievement unlocked, third clue. These are the dirtiest achievements. I wish I could just give them back after I'm done with this. These are just dirty achievements. I just want to give them back and be like, I don't want this. You know what I mean? So I didn't mean to have My Little Ponies in my shower in my dorm room. They just were, So don't define yourself by a story. Okay. So this is like don't read the Bible. Okay. That just first half of that sentence. So don't define yourself by a story. So don't read the Bible because then you get stuck into this. I'm glad that they're saying this. Very responsible of you guys. But your actions and interactions with others, like educating people about how you're not stupid because you're a flat earther, you're a flat earther because you're stupid. Does that sound like a positive interaction? I mean, that sounds like tough love to me. Man, I may be a NASA shill, but at least I'm not a brony. right? Oh, we love to pick on the
Gotcha.
bronies. We love to pick on the bronies. How do I get out of this clue? I don't get it. How do I get out of the clue? Doesn't show it. So the cover-up. We just did the cover-up, right? That was the cover-up we just did. What are we? Space programs now? And then we can move on to the Summer Gate, and then at the edge, the Antarctic ice wall. So let's work our way out now. Excuse me. The space programs. This has got to be good. Mute you, heady British guy. Now, satellites aren't supposed to be real, but it shows an image of a satellite in this point, which is weird to me, right? So let it go through a little bit more. So, okay, space programs. In the 1950s, during the Cold War, the two opposing blocks of the totalitarian I can't believe I say so many other words, but I can't say totalitarian. There we go, totalitarian. So the opposing blocks of the totalitarian, I can't say it again, USSR and the free world under leadership of the United States started the competition. We'll scroll down for me. Started the competition of. It did it again. Stop it. Started the competition. I gotta wait for it to finish. Remember. Good point. I like it. Explain with the CubeSats and how they fit into a flat Earth proof. I have to wait for it to finish loading because every single time I start to read it, it scrolls down past where I'm at. So I'm going to go ahead and say, though, that they say that no man has passed past the Van Allen belt because nothing can survive it. No space travel has happened beyond the Van Allen belt because NASA says that anything that goes through it gets destroyed. Okay? So
I can talk about that one.
yes. And what's the other one? Somebody told me once that if I can't get cell phone signal in my kitchen on my iPhone, how do we expect that we were able to communicate with somebody on the moon with a 2-second delay? And I said, well, you're talking about different levels of power between your phone and what they used on the moon with with solar panels with direct contact with the sun without atmospheric planar
Thank you.
interaction. But that's still a shot, though. The Van Allen plane. Love it. And how you doing?
All right.
Remember, nice to see you.
So, they talk about these whole Van Allen belts and how NASA is saying that we don't have the equipment that can go through them right now. Well, that's absolutely true. You see, back in the day when we went through the Van Allen belts the first time, they were using analog technology that was not affected by any kind of radiation. Now, everything is digital and it's affected by the radiation. Now, if we were to go back and put a rotary telephone on the space shuttle, we might be able to get through it just fine.
Right. Hello, give me NASA. Who's this? This is an astronaut from NASA. I'd like to talk to NASA, please. I can hear it now, right? The whole conversation. This has got to be all old-fashioned. This is a long phone cable, right? No. Phone cables aren't a real thing. They're radio towers that are dotted around the. I can't even bullshit on this one very well because it's just so faulty. Wait, they'll get funny though. So no, you can make a radiation-hardened electronics. Yes, you can. The 1950s, during the Cold War, the two opposing blocks. So the last point we read said that the USSR and the US are in cahoots. Now it's saying the opposing. Okay, so already two of their points have already conflicted with each other again. This time it wasn't in one sentence. It was in 2 points. But under the leadership of the United States, started the competition of the space race. Why space and its supposed conquest was so important was explained by late Senate Majority Leader and the later President Lyndon B. Johnson. Control of space means control of the world. And then there's a gap here. The position of total control over the Earth that lies somewhere in outer space. The statement proves space was seen as an ultimate achievement primarily on the grounds of propaganda and the invoking of fear of war capabilities. A few months later, NASA was established. The Soviets, meanwhile... Thank you very much. That smells really good. She brought me some ramen. A few months later, NASA was established. The Soviets, meanwhile, resorted to their first hoaxes with a supposed Sputnik satellite that was in reality just a radio transmission that was broadcast by high-altitude spacecraft. but people saw it. People freaking saw it, okay? My grandmother said she saw it. So that wasn't reality, just radio, blah, blah, blah. Uncovered documents at the end of the USSR in 1990 show. So government documents revealed that that wasn't true. However, these documents have since been confiscated by various actors. Sure they have. How convenient, right? Most of the rockets tested since the beginning of the space race have been failures. Some observers have seen in modern rocket launches nothing more than oversized effects show that shoot a rocket a few thousand miles into the atmoplane until it is out of sight for most of the observers, where it deploys, it shoots and drops into the sea or is destroyed. Come on. Guys, come on. Well, it doesn't need to be high altitude with the flat Earth a quarter mile is high, right? So what was at first just a game of intimidation by posturing with so-called achievement. I don't even want to read this whole point. Should I just force my way through it?
Yes.
Art, do you want to hear the rest of it?
Nope.
Okay, well, I'm going to read it for the audience. So if you want to groan
Okay.
through it, you can groan through it, okay?
I'm groaning through it.
Okay. What was at first just a game of intimidation by posturing with so-called achievements in space travel has developed into a huge financial scam during the 80s to the modern day, where companies pay for satellites that would supposedly be put into orbit for $10,000 per ton of payload. Hereby, not only do so satellite manufacturers and NASA profit from the fraud, but also other new players such as SpaceX. Developing countries such as India are also participate in this scam. Hello, we called to tell you that we'd like to put your satellite into space, and it was hijacked by hackers. I can see. How do you scam? How do you scam that? How do multi-million-dollar corporations not see a scam like that? Answer me, really, Art.
What?
Zuli, how do multi-million-dollar corporations not see a scam like that from a mile away?
Because they're run by flat earthers.
Oh, that's right. It's like, oh my God, you lied to us, right? So,
5G.
right. And hope that they get huge sums involved with benefits to their economies. Yeah, right. But bullshit. I have a mild allergy, guys. I'm sorry. A large community of citizen scientists. I'm going to make a plaque. Sheriff Fury declared on this date of blah, 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 that this person, and then name Artlu Noisev, has completed his course of certification, hereby stating that he is a citizen scientist. I'm going to make a diploma. I'm going to make a diploma for citizen scientist, and it'll be hilarious. A large community of citizen scientists award of the week. How about that? Does an excellent job in debunking many of the new fantasy space travel images from NASA and other agencies that are simply produced in their movie studios, while the transmission of satellites are just relayed through a global network of radio towers. There is not a flat Earth conspiracy, but a fake space flight cabal that uses the illusion of space travel to make trillions worldwide. So what did you do with the crew of the Challenger? They couldn't fake that one, so they had to kill those people. That's what it is. That has to be the answer. Swing. So that would obviously be a way to make a dangerous situation, but if they shot up the rocket and blew it up, would the end result of what would be the end result to the people? I read somewhere that was a hoax, that they had a rocket that didn't actually have those astronauts in it, and they shot one up, and they had a studio where people were sitting inside on a gimbal rocking around, and then they blew it up and cut the transmission from the studio.
That's messed up.
That's a little far. How would you move the data over a satellite link without a satellite network, hidden point-to-point radio connectors through vacuum built-in secret on Earth? Oh, cabal, conspiracy bingo, right? So let me go ahead and make a statement here. Okay, if that would be the
All right,
case.
Evelyn says hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
They said hi.
So she should be watching on Twitch. I don't know what she's doing. Just talking to you. The Summer Gate. I'm gonna mute this, and we're gonna chat a little bit longer. So, you look at some of these like things where they point out stuff, and they say that this is all a conspiracy. And it makes me kind of laugh that there's such a deep. So I guess the crew were put into witness protection, I guess, or they were paid actors. They had no idea, and then I guess once maybe these were people that got hit by a cement truck too.
No.
You know?
No. I have the answer.
What?
There is a video out there where they show that those astronauts are actually still alive and just in different jobs. There's a guy who actually found pictures of them recently. Okay, so it was pictures of people that kind of looked like them, and the names were kind of the same.
Right?
And I'm being serious. Somebody actually went through and claimed that they found all of the astronauts still alive to this day. One of them is a picture of the guy's twin brother.
So why is that funny to me? Because it makes me think of like an old Monty Python Flying Circus bit, where they had a new political contender in Britain that was going for a parliament seat, and they were dressed in gray with black shiny boots, and they carried around red banners, and they marched really smartly, and the candidate's name was Adolf Hitler. And somebody called him Hitler once, and they're all like, shh, shh. And that was one of the funniest bits, and that's what that sounds like to me. You know what I mean? That's what they're trying to perpetrate, is something stupid like that. Right?
Yeah.
Why would they do that? Anyway, moving on. The Summergate, because we're about to get to the next clue, and I want to get this over with. But
I haven't read this yet, but if I remember correctly, and we'll see if we're going through this, I think the Summergate actually lets you go between our plane that we're on to the outer plane where there are other people living, and we just haven't met them yet because we can't get over the wall unless you go through the Summergate.
why do they call it the Summergate? Maybe they explain it in this, but
I'm hoping they explain. I think that's what they're talking about.
well, let's find out. Let's see if you're right. Okay.
Though I have heard a theory that there are concentric rings on this plane that we're on.
I've never heard that one. Maybe that's the layers they're talking about in the Atmo plane. And apparently my in-laws are here, and my dogs are really excited. Hey, can you stop that? Quit it. Hey, deputy dog, shut up. I'll send you to the glue factory. What are you doing? What are you doing? Good boy. You're a good boy. He's over here going, look, hey, what? So, oh wow, we thought we fit Hollow Earth in too, right? Yeah, probably. Hollow Earth, that's another funny one. I wish there was a Hollow Earth simulator. I would play them all. So,
There's a video on Hollow Earth done by Discovery.
is there?
Yeah, I found it on the Flat Earth Society website.
Of course.
That's amazing.
Oh, and don't forget, there's also a theory out there for the Donut Earth.
The Donut Earth, huh? See,
Yeah.
I would eat the Donut Earth.
Hells
It'd
yeah.
be gone. So,
Dope.
the melting pot of crazy for sure. All right, so in this model, the Terran plane is represented as a solid disk with an end and a start. However, this is not the only model. In a sense of fairness, there's not the only model. Okay, so this is the flat Earth, but this isn't the only model. Oh, we just got the other clue. Damn it. And this is how our story ends. Thanks for playing. Okay, cool. So, in a sense of fairness, we like to mention the infinite Earth theory that states that the Terran plane is not finite, and beyond the ice wall, other lands exist around the globe. So they say that there's a bunch of disks around there. By the way, there's like the multiverse or the multi-Earth is like a bunch of disks out there. I've seen an artist representation of that. It's just kind of weird. The most popular of this theory is the Summergate theory. It states that the ice wall just near New Zealand, at least we have a point now, melts during the summer and leaves passage open to another ring of continents on the Terran plane. The continents are lit by another sun or sol called the Bull or also Nemesis. The transfer will only be possible during summer as long as Bull and Sol are near each other. Sure. So only this doesn't sound like anything I've ever frickin' read in the Bible, by the way. So only during a short night a ship might traverse the gate and reemerge in the light of Bull on the other side. Traveling to this gate is also I've read frickin' Gulliver's Travels. Traveling to this gate is near impossible. Where's John Carter in all this, right? Well, one can traverse along the Arctic ice wall with the approval of the UN. You can get a pass, get a day pass, guys.
Yep.
So while one can traverse along the Arctic ice wall with the approval of the UN, no expedition is allowed near the supposed Summergate location. This gives the theory credibility and makes one question: if the Summergate is real, and what might lie beyond is its path. Some theorize that the mythical places of Atlantis and Hyperborea, or many other places of lost continents of history, are just behind the Arctic ice wall. I've been staring at the screen for a long time, so my reading eyes aren't doing so great anymore. That's what I get for being old, right? So now the last thing, and I do need to end it. I know I said a couple hours, but I didn't expect this to be done soon. And my in-laws just got here, and my mother-in-law and I both have surgery this week, so I figured I'd go spend some time with them. She's having full knee replacement. Go figure that.
Fun.
The Antarctic
Antarctic ice wall. Now this one, I want to say, it's the crazy invading your mind, right? Yeah, I'm trying to like stave it off, right? Get back,
Hey.
you!
You know what's protecting the Antarctic ice wall, right?
The UN, right?
No.
What?
Penguins with Uzis.
They're protecting all that cocaine on the ice wall. Is that what that is?
Hell yeah.
Right.
They don't want to share.
Right. So NASA is keeping this under wraps because of all the resources on the other side. Oh yeah, sure. That's crazy. Invading mind. You're at stage 4 crazy, right? Acceptance? Is that acceptance? What do you want, dog? All right. Let me go ahead and make a point here. So, I was in an argument with someone. For anyone that doesn't read on my Discord, where I posted that I was on Reddit and I was worried I was going to get banned from the Flat Earth Reddit. Somebody was saying that they have this idea where they could take a plane and have a pilot record how many times he has to nose down, and then they can prove the globe Earth within 3 minutes with course corrections nosing down. Not as the plane is actually falling around a globe, and that the lift of the wings actually keeps it level with a central point of gravity, not that the plane flies around a disc and blah 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 bullshit. Okay, so I said, okay, well then you can just disprove that same theory by tying a pencil to a yo-yo string, and then just tying a knot in the yo-yo string so it doesn't give or whatever, and then just turn the yo-yo, and that's basically what's going on as gravity pulls down on that plane, on the gravity well. So if you really want to prove that the Earth is flat or a globe, there's only really one really good one. Pay for an expedition to travel to the ice wall. Get your stupid UN pass. Apparently now you can get a permit probably from Game and Fish Department in the UN. Sorry, like the Tonto Day Pass, right? So making myself laugh. I am cracked at this point. This is cracking me. So travel to the ice wall. The ice wall, if you're a flat earther, or the Antarctic, if you're not, if you're a globist. Travel to the ice wall in a boat. Turn right. Just turn right, okay? I'm not even going to say turn right or left, because somebody actually said to me, but if you're upside down, right and left change. I go, no, right and left never change. And they're like, good point. Right and left never fucking change. If you're upside down or not. This guy must have been like underneath a sink for too long, trying to remember righty-tighty, lefty-loosey on his back. Okay? Okay? So turn right. I'm not going to give you an option to turn left. You'll screw it up. Turn right. Okay? All right. Now, if you make continual right turns to get back to your point of origin, you went along an ice wall and proved a flat Earth. If you made more left turns to get back to your point of origins, you skirted the coast of Antarctica and proved a South Pole and a globe.
Oh my God.
I was flabbergasted. Well, if you're upside down, your right and left change. No, they don't. Anyway, the Arctic ice wall, guys, and we're going to call it a wraps. I want to thank our sponsors today, Grandpa Joe's Discount Pharmaceuticals. Thank you for supplying the singing adult diaper box, which went to Zuli for the roundup. Really appreciate it. This model, I got a text while we were doing this show. This model doesn't include the Bluetooth. That's going to be version 2. Okay. But this one does come with a picture of Stitch from Lilo and Stitch on the crotch. So, anyway,
excellent.
The Antarctic ice wall. At the outer edge of the world, we find the Antarctic ice wall. The wall has been first discovered in 1841 by the British explorer James Clark Ross. That's where the Ross Ice Station comes from. When he circumnavigated the edge of the known Earth, though he thought it would be the southern pole because he simply followed the magnetic field which develops outwards from the center. So there's the magnets don't make sense. So, and I want to mention that circumnavigated Magellan. Somebody said a joke to me a long time ago. Old friend of ours. We don't like him anymore, so not really a friend. Magellan circumcised the Earth in an 80-foot clipper. Oh wait, circumnavigated. So, do you remember that one? This is an old one. So
I don't remember hearing that one.
That was from Griffin.
Gotcha.
The ice wall is along most of its length, 100 meters high, 150 meters high. So that's not 3 miles like I've heard. And by the description of Ross, an impenetrable shield of ice, snow, and rock. Several expeditions tried to reach the presumed South Pole until the Norwegian Roland Amundsen, I remember reading about this guy, staged a successful reach of the South Pole at one of the few places where the ice wall can be accessed. Okay, sure. Beyond the ice wall, what follows a mountain range up to 2,000 meters, of course, high. But beyond that, the theories vary. Some predict that there is a rim. Others theorize that the world stretches indefinitely. Today, some selected few ships can visit the outer border of the planar rim. It gets sold as the southern tip of the Earth. But evidence suggests, always evidence, there's no evidence, suggested is only the furthest from the center. If the Arctic ice wall is the outer point of the world, it cannot clearly be determined through the fact that no one has ever crossed the mountain range to our knowledge. The extent of the terrain plane cannot be reasonably determined. Run-on sentence. It started to be a run-on sentence and then they ended it, so there's no real information on there. Existence is 2 dimensions, 2000. Oh, the Earth is flat. Oh, cool. I'm so glad that you're on our side now, NASA Shell Swang.
All right. Now, I hate to give props to this particular YouTuber because he's the biggest fucking idiot on the planet.
Okay, check.
But Jake Paul.
Oh, yeah. In Scottsdale.
Screwed with the Flat Earth Society by claiming that he was one of them. And he told this story of how he and his best friend his family was in the military, and part of their job was protecting the ice wall. And they were allowed to go onto the ice and watch over and look over the edge of the flat Earth. And he was really sad because his friend slipped and fell off the Earth and disappeared.
I remember hearing about that. That makes me laugh.
As much as I hate that guy, that is one of the best things that has happened to the Flat Earthers. And they bought his story for a good long time before he just went, I can't do this anymore. You guys are fucking idiots.
I'll pray for you guys. Your friend that fell off, Jake Paul. Right? So anyway, guys, I want to say thank you. If you guys have any questions, if you want to talk about Flat Earth, if you want to jerk around with us and talk about Flat Earth, make more fun of more Flat Earth, if you want to share more facts, feel free to join my Discord. Follow me on Twitter. Check me out on Facebook. Share Fury on Facebook. Like, share, subscribe, whatever. I will be posting this video tomorrow to YouTube because this is funny. I think this is funny. Zuli, thank you for being here. Art, thank you for being here.
Yarp.
Absolutely.
To you in the home audiences, the phone lines are now open. If you call now, you get one free CD to Art Lawrence Welk's Best Danish Polkas. This is like a PBS telethon. So, but I'm going to end it, guys. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. This is Sheriff Fury signing off. Zuli, have a good day.
Absolutely.
Art, you have a good day.
Yes, sir.
And you guys all have a good one. Thank you guys for being here and hanging out. What's the number? I have to join my Discord to find out. All right, bye, guys.